Hey, what's up? This is Dr. Nima Rahmany here at Westgate Wellness Center in beautiful Maple Ridge, British Columbia, Canada. This here is my lovely client. We just finished an overview method on PTSD. She came to me after watching a video going through all these signs of stress. Tell me what you've been dealing with. You were in a car accident.
A lot of pain, a lot of emotional issues.
Stuff came up from your past.
Yes. Well, PTSD, all the things that, sexual abuse, all the times that I've been hurt, all the times that I almost died, all those kind of things were going through my head.
And what did we just do?
We just did a clearing.
We just did a session. Sorry, we're in the parking lot, so there's cars going around. We just did a session and completely turned her perception around. How long did it take us?
Probably about 20 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes. And one of the greatest problems that she had is that every time she drove by the scene of the accident, what would happen?
I wouldn't drive by the scene of the accident. I would take another route.
Because what would happen to your...
I would start getting anxious. I'd start getting that stomach like I was going to throw up.
Panic attack and that kind of thing. So you've been dealing with anxiety, panic. How many medications have you been on?
5 or 6 different ones.
For antidepressants and all that stuff. Yes. So she's been diagnosed clinically with post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, note to everybody, I don't treat PTSD. I just do a simple exercise that gets you to shift. How do you describe it?
It changes your perspective. It changed my perspective on what I was dealing with. It completely.
If she's in a little bit of a daze, this is a normal experience after having an overview, because your perceptions of what you think was real and your beliefs you see that they were not true.
Correct. Yeah.
And after you're done, you feel different. And people don't believe me because I want to dispel the myth that once you've been diagnosed with PTSD, you're going to live with it for the rest of your life. That's a myth. And what we want to do, now that we have social media, thank you, Melissa Ramos. Tap hearts, like tap crazy. Melissa Ramos, thank you for all of your guidance and introducing me to Periscope, because, like, holy crap, like...
It was awesome.
It was awesome. And the thing is that we can now do it live. This is a live stream where the world can see that we have a huge inefficiency with how we're dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, with medications, meditations, empty affirmations. You've tried it all?
Yes.
And you haven't been able to drive by the scene of the accident. So we have it live. She's going to get in the car. You guys are going to come with us. Any questions that you have, whatever, send the love, pass it along to somebody you know who's suffering, because
you don't have to suffer anymore.
Okay, you heard it from the horse's mouth. So let's get in the car and let's get the hell over to the scene of the accident and see how we feel. You coming? Let's go. Jump in. So go ahead and jump in. We're still on, we're still live. You guys still with us? Okay, good. Let's go. How far is this, by the way?
Dover. And
yeah, but how far is it? Like 5 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so careful. I don't want you to get I don't want you to get into another accident while we're doing. How perfect would that be right now? We're like driving to this scene to prove to everybody how amazing this is, and then.
Do you know how many times this particular
this parking lot sucks.
Oh my God!
This is the worst parking lot in Maple Ridge.
It is totally.
Okay. So now you're driving, and driving usually would make you,
anxious. That would scare me.
This would scare you?
Yeah, I would have stopped harder.
You would have stopped harder? How do you feel when you're driving right now?
I'm excited. I feel fine.
So this is for those of you who've been through car accidents. This is very common. I became very interested in PTSD when patients would come to me from car accidents as a chiropractor, right? So they have neck pain, back pain, the usual, right? But then they would tell me about how they had troubles driving past the scene of the accident. They would get that fight or flight state, which is a normal physiological response to threat. But every time you drive by it, you feel it again, over and over again. And so you're now stuck in this loop of fight or flight, of sympathetic nervous system. And so what we're doing now is we're going back to the scene of the accident, which is, how far is it, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? isn't as much of the problem as it is a recurrence of a previous trauma that you've experienced as a child, or in your case it was as a 6-year-old. It's resurfacing and bringing up those uncomfortable feelings again that you still haven't resolved from childhood. But the cool part about the overview method is that not only do we clear the current trauma of the accident or the scene, or if it's been several scenes, we have to do a session on each of those scenes, but we actually go back to the early memory of the abuse and we clear it to the point where, what would you change about all of that journey?
Nothing.
Do you still believe that you shouldn't have been in the car accident?
No, I should have.
So that sounds delusional. It sounds crazy. People are going to think you are nuts.
Okay, that's all right.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But can you feel the
here
freedom?
we are.
Where are we?
Bing, right here.
This is the scene of the accident.
Left,
Turn
okay?
left. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where you got hit.
This is where I got hit because I was turning left.
You were turning left. So you're
oh
gonna.
My God! I'm turning left on Dover.
This is a big deal for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is where I got hit, right
This
here.
is by turning left. You got hit from behind.
That's right.
I'm just watching behind us because just from karma. Who knows? So if you want to park on the side of the road right here, we can just jump out and then kind of see. You just made a left turn on Dover.
I did.
Come on out. You guys still with us? Show us some love if you're still there. This is a big deal. I don't know if you guys understand the magnitude of it. I don't want to have these delusions of grandeur, but sometimes I do, but I believe that I've hacked PTSD. And I know that the world, I've been saying it for years, but it's been difficult to connect with people because they don't believe it. But thanks to Maria being so brave and sharing her story so that other people can be kind of set free from this mental prison, and for the power of social media, we can actually show you that it's not a delusion, it's not a disorder or a disease, it's based on a belief. You just turned left on Dover. How do you feel about yourself right now?
I'm strong.
You did it.
I did.
So proud of you.
Thank you.
This is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
So this was a journey, I guess, for a year and a half that you've been feeling.
Yeah.
And you've been having neck pains as well, back pains, you've been on pain medications, antidepressants, sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Can you sleep at nights?
No.
Haven't been able to sleep at night. Okay, so we'll get a reporting of how she's sleeping after this and see how you do with that. I'm going to be doing a scope probably within the next 20 to 30 minutes and doing a Q&A, a discussion about this, but Maria and I we're going to have a moment here. We're going to talk a little bit more, and then I'm going to set her on her game plan towards healing. By the way, the end stage of all healing, the last step towards it all, is her reaching out to other people and helping her set them free as well, because the last stage of this healing journey is being able to transform other people. That's the healer's journey, and all of us have the potential to be healers once we learn the skills in healing from our own stories of suffering, our own stories of victimhood. Today, a person who is a victim is no longer a victim anymore, and I couldn't be more proud. And was that worth it? Was it scary when you were coming in? How nervous were you before the session?
Extremely nervous, extremely nervous. I almost didn't come.
Are you glad you did?
I'm glad I did, yeah.
Okay, great.
Of course I am.
So that's there you have it. If you guys want to learn, one of the things that got her interested in talking to me was I created this little video that talks about some of the signs and symptoms that your body is under stress. Now, trauma is any distressing experience. So for her, it was a car accident. For somebody else, it's being fired from a job. For somebody else, it's sexual abuse. For somebody else, it's being rejected at a party. You know, it can be experiences of trauma. We all have a spectrum. So there is no black or white, PTSD or not. It's a spectrum. So every one of us go through traumas, distressing experiences each day, and your body will let you know that you're not doing a good job at adapting to it. It gives you several signs and symptoms, and if you want to know what they are, go to westgatewellness.com/SOS. So if Melissa or somebody like that, if you can just post the link there, westgatewellness.com/SOS, www.westgatewellness.com/SOS. wellness.com/SOS. When you enter your email there, you're going to get a 20-minute video where I describe to you, this is the one that Maria saw, where I describe to you the top 10 signs that your body's not doing well with stress, that it's got a perception of threat and it's not doing very well. Digestive symptoms, insomnia, chronic aches and pains, feeling of a lack of motivation for your life, all of these things your body's letting you know you're just doing really shitty at dealing with stress. When Maria saw that, she then reached out to me, and that was the begin next 20 minutes to half an hour. I really look forward to it. So thank you guys very much. God bless, and thank you, Maria, for sharing your story. Wow. Yeah, anything you want to say to these people?
I'm just beside myself. It's been 50, and he's in 30 minutes made me a whole person again. Thank you.